Good evening.
Yes, that is right. It's time for another episode of Red Renegades, guys. Today we're doing One Direction talking about each other. Now, we all know, guys, that One Direction has spent a lot of time together, sort of start to become like a second family, spending so much time away from home. And, sort of, they know each other, fairly well, the good and the bad. So it'll be interesting to see, sort of the stuff that they really say when they're pressed upon it, stuff which may seem a bit, oh, that's a kind of unusual. Why did they act like that? We now find out the behind-the-scenes stuff as they talk about each other here. But there's a bit more of a pressing matter going on at the moment, guys. Someone is taking control of my channel, and they'll only give it back under one condition. They're not asking for any money. They're not asking for fame or anything like that. All they're asking for is for an apple to be shot off my head by my set designer, Grace. Now, normally I wouldn't negotiate with these sorts of things or humor them, but at this instance, I just really want to get my channel back on track, and for you guys, for the fans, I'll do it for you guys. So, without further ado, let's do this. Hey, Grace, you have shot an arrow before, haven't you? Once in summer? Oh, okay. Hey, why are you crouching? Alright, let's go. Yeah! Alright. Yes, I've successfully taken back my channel. Good work, Grace. Thanks a lot. Well, you want a raise? Yeah, I'll think about it. What, you saved my life? It'll take more than that to get a raise. Anyways, guys, let's just get started in this video. I like this song too. $29,000 of a guy just sitting there, and people complain about me in videos doing nothing. But he's Niall Horan. Fuck you.
Favorite song at the moment? I like New Rules. Dua Lipa. I like Camila's song, Havana.
Why is it sped up?
I really like this song, Zayn and Sia.
For 5 years, pretty much non-stop, you spend all your time with these guys from One Direction. From the stage, to the hotel suites, to the tour bus. Who's the messiest roommate?
I mean, Louis was always the messiest. You just find like random socks and stuff around the place. There's just random stuff strewn along the bus.
He leaves a trail.
Yes.
Over the years, who have you seen cry, physically cry the most?
Harry. Harry cried when we first got the soda deal. Many times a happy tear.
Who's the most fun to have a cheeky beer with?
Cheeky beer. I'd say Nyla. Nyla likes a cheeky beer now every so often.
Say actually as well with the boys, I mean, we love them, you love them.
Yes, we do.
Anything you don't miss? Were there any bad habits on tour?
Like Louis on a tour bus was like my worst nightmare. I'm like quite of like the OCD.
Oh right.
And we'd be on the tour bus for 6 weeks at a time or whatever, and Louis just had this like junk bunk. There was like a spare bunk, and it was basically just for Louis's crap.
Oh no.
So there'd be like his football gear, his boots, like thousands of games from PlayStations outside, like with the discs out. So there was discs everywhere and covers everywhere.
Chaos.
Yeah, but that's probably the bit I don't miss. Yeah,
that would drive me mad.
Yeah.
So every time we meet you guys, we ask you the same question, which is, what is the one thing you really do not miss about being in the band with the boys? And when Niall was here, he put you on blast a little bit and said it was your junk bunk on the tour bus and how messy you were.
Proper messy, yeah.
Was it as bad as he made out? Was it really fully messy?
Probably worse. I don't know what he said, but
there was something about computer games everywhere without boxes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very polite. Yeah. The only lad I have actually sent this song to was Niall, and it was, I think, because we worked with we've worked with a couple of the same writers, and he'd heard that the song was good, apparently. So he texted me saying, I really need to hear the single, so I sent him it, and he sent me like a nice little voice note back. It's like, Tomo's got a banger. So it was, it was nice.
In 2017, Louis did this interview, and he said some things that broke my heart. It was a very emotional and honest interview. Who's saying that? Is that the person who made this video? Louis Tomlinson, Niall is lovely. Zayn has the voice. Harry is cool. Liam gets the crowd going. Then there's me. Ooh, doesn't think a lot of himself in the band. Ah, come on. That's not true, Louis. The others have been like Niall, for example. He's the most lovely guy in the world. Happy-go-lucky Irish, no sense of arrogance, and he's fearless. There are times I thought I've had a bit of that. Zane back in the day could relate to me on that nerves level. In the first year, we were both the least... wait for the next one. Confident, but Zane has a fantastic voice for him, and it always. In that Liam has always had a good stage. That was way too quick.
What Niall said about you on the radio in Australia.
I did. He's lovely, isn't he, Niall? He melts my heart. He's lovely.
I love this. I love this because if you didn't hear this, we're gonna play a little clip of it.
Nice.
This was Niall on. Is in Australia, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Australian radio. Talking about Louis.
Where he's unbelievable.
A mind friend, people. Yeah. Sorry.
Guy. Great singer and someone that if you know, I'd say we would have lost the plot along the way if we hadn't had Louis. He was a very, very, very extremely vital member of One Direction.
I love that.
He's lovely, Niall. Honestly, melts me out always.
A little no. It's nice knowing that someone's got your back like that as well. I love that.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, it was like that interview that I did that kind of provoked that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? I never asked Niall to come out and say, I just think things like that, they really mean a lot to me. It's proper sweet. Yeah, real sweet.
I like that interview, by the way. I thought it was good.
Yeah, it was very open. Yeah. It was quite hard for me to read back, to be quite honest. But yeah, I think it was good.
Do you do that, though? Do you ever, like, read stuff back or watch stuff back? Or
Not normally.
I've got so much to say, guys. I'm just, they're just talking about each other. You know, they're just saying, oh, you know, he's the real MVP of the band. That's pretty much all they're saying at the moment. Maybe we'll get into some more sort of juicier sort of stuff with meat later in the video. At least I find.
Because that one I was so open and honest. Obviously, I wanted to feel the tone of it and see how it was written. But yeah, hopefully it was all right.
No, it was good.
One Direction is obviously y'all are all off on your own projects, but do you get to see?
Where's Ellen from?
You keep in touch?
Yeah. See, Louis came to my show in LA a couple of weeks ago.
Don't tell me what you think of the other Directioners. What do you think of Ellen? Niall, was she you know, not very courteous to you?
See Liam next week. Seeing Harry
That's what
this
she's
week.
known for.
So yeah, we see each other all the time.
You come from a group like One Direction. You guys had so much success. Everyone's now doing great things. Do you have kind of like a playful bit of competitiveness about like, I want to be the best in that amongst each other?
You know what? I actually just spoke to Niall a couple of days ago.
One of those things, I guess, you know, sort of when a band breaks up and then sort of they all go in their own ways in One Direction, because obviously they can't do everything that they want to do creatively when they're in the band. They make, you know, compromises. And then all of a sudden they say, like, well, okay, well, who is the, you know, most talented of the band? Who's going to have the most success as a solo artist or, you know, doing their own thing? It's always interesting to see, sort of, when bands split up.
The truth of it is, it's not even like that, to be honest. I wish it was a bit
Well,
more
maybe it's
like
not. Well, maybe they don't feel it themselves, but sort of maybe from outside a perspective, we do.
like that. We just really support each other, and I even spoke to him the other day. I was saying to him, I'm really proud of, you know, like how well his music's doing. It's almost like an older brother watching him, and it was cool to have that conversation with him. So yeah, we support each other. There's no real competition, I don't think.
So we all like keep in touch in that, and
same.
But actually, weirdly enough, I spoke to Zane about 3 weeks ago. We had a big conversation on text and stuff. But Zane's the kind of fella that changes his number every 5 minutes. Don't know where he's at.
Whose music out of the band do you like the most?
Oh, that's a
good
great
question.
That's a good question. I like it. It's difficult. I'd say Niall probably. It's probably closest to what I would listen to.
Who are you keeping in touch with the most?
Who am I keeping in touch with the most? I mean, it's pretty equal, but I say Niall.
Have you got a WhatsApp group?
We don't have a WhatsApp group, but we should.
You should have a WhatsApp group. It's so much
Definitely
easier.
should.
Have you seen Harry's debut acting?
I haven't seen it yet, but I'm very excited to see it. Very proud of him.
Do you know,
honestly,
Everyone on that sort of. I have seen Dunkirk before, sort of. I didn't think it was as great as everyone else thought it was. I thought Harry was fine, sort of. It was good. But yeah, sort of. Like I don't know. I saw like Fury. Well, that was quite a few years ago. Well, that was just an energy rush. But sort of Dunkirk was interesting in its own way. But yeah, no. Let me know your thoughts on Harry Styles in the movie Dunkirk in the comment section below.
honestly, that's why it's frustrating for me sometimes to read some press about, you know, that we love to write, that, you know, we don't like each other that much or whatever. But honestly, I can't tell you, the feeling that I get is like I feel like a big brother when I look at a video of Niall playing the stadium to a radio show, or see Harry stood next to Tom Hardy, I mean, come on, it's amazing. Just feel really, really proud, actually. It's real nice. Yeah.
Spoken of Harry lately?
I mean, I know we all have like a cult obsession with like Tom Hardy or the new Spider-Man, but like, why? What did he do before Spider-Man? I don't really know him. Sort of. Maybe I'm out of the loop and stuff, and all of a sudden he's the new sort of Spider-Man. Oh my God, he's the greatest thing ever in the world. Oh my God, like I don't get it. Well, bear in mind I haven't seen the movie, so I'm probably not the best person to talk to when it comes to that sort of thing. But it seems like outlandish that we've seen Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man for so long, sort of Scarlett Johansson and all those guys the Avengers have known for many years, and all of a sudden this guy shows up and he's like the best thing ever. I'm not sure.
No, but I was actually going to text him and ask him what's going on with his hand. Has anyone?
It's all quiet.
What's happened to his hand? I don't know. He was wearing like a bandage around his hand. It's only in the last few days. So I haven't spoken to him probably in a couple
I don't
of
think
weeks.
Harry would be good at sport.
Hopefully, it hasn't been quiet this entire video.
Is he? No, he's good. He's not bad.
He's an athletic man. Yeah. He can,
soccer.
He's good at football. Yeah, and I haven't really played on either. He's good at golf too.
Yep.
Favorite song of Harold's is, I like Kiwi. Great tune, good rock song.
It is.
I love Two Ghosts. It's a great song. Very easy listening to. Listen.
You can see my reaction to both of those performances in my channel. Please make sure to check.
Very easy to listen to. Like Carolina. Meet Me in the Hallway. There's some really good songs in that album. I really enjoy it. Favorite.
By the way, how was my friend Harold? I seen you were with him.
He was very good. I actually asked him a question that you had said to me, because you know how like you're no longer blonde, right? And you said that was the best thing that ever happened, was that no one recognized you anymore because you weren't blonde. And I was asking him if he was able to go out and go to lunch or go to dinner, or if they worked out that he was Harry, and he was like, no, you can literally just put on a hat or whatever, and if you don't walk around town with 3 beefy security guards and someone pushing someone out of the way or getting out of a Bentley somewhere, people in this town are just like, whatever.
Yes.
I'm trying to be more famous than you are.
Harry doesn't walk around the streets of LA in one of his colourful suits or whatever. He just wears around in his t-shirt and jeans, so he gets away with it.
There's plenty of people in Los Angeles, I guess, so you got to be pretty famous in order to sort of cause a big stir over there, maybe. Is that where he is now? I suppose that's where he is quite a bit of the time. He's tipping his toes in show business. Good for him. Don't hurt trying. What? Reunion? Alright, we'll do another of these quotes. Sorry, just my volume is covering it. It sounds like he's still closest to Louis. I still see Louis loads. I mean, I speak to him once a week, maybe twice a week, around the corner from Harry Styles. I've seen him recently, and we're at a gig together. And Liam, the same. Cool. We'll get back together one day. He believes he still speaks. Which reminds me, sort of if One Direction were to form again and sort of have the same band name of One Direction, does that mean Simon Cowell sort of still gets a cut and he's just there thinking yes, get back together, and they all have to sign contracts again? I don't know. It'd be tough to say that they'd get all on board. Sort of, I think, I don't know, because, I don't know, Zayn was the first to jump ship, but maybe he, immediately regretted it. I don't think that's the case, and even if he did, sort of, it'd be difficult to admit it, be like, please take me back, but, yeah, no. Even for, one-off performances, I don't know, I know, they already performed at the Olympics, but for, a one-off occasion, something like that, so, yeah. There's a wall of text. Just through it. Oh, they do not. This person is not giving us much time to read it.
Do you remember the moment where it fully hit you that One Direction was done?
Yeah, I think that last tour show. We did a show in Sheffield, which is 20 minutes away from where I live, so a special show for me anyway. And I've got this amazing footage on one of my phones. I'm praying I ain't lost it. Of this time lapse, and I just did it of the dressing room on that whole last day of the tour in my dressing room. And yeah, there was a moment where me and Niall just sat on the sofa and kind of took it all in, do you know what I mean? Had a moment to ourselves, and yeah, it was a pretty heavy day, to be fair, pretty heavy.
Yeah. Said that if you could be any celebrity, you'd be Niall, because nothing bothers Niall.
But One Direction finished in a fairly sort of, in all things considered, civilized way, sort of. you know, sort of, although they're not like sort of, you know, the heavy sort of, you know, grunge rock and roll bands, sort of some bands like sort of, you're like, I hate you, you know, F you, this, that, and then they just walk off before they're about to play a show. Oasis did that, but this was sort of like a mutual decision. Sort of, I think they had the possibility to renew their contract. And they're all just looking around thinking, okay, you know, what can we do musically? What do we want to do in our lives? Do we want to do our own thing? You know, sort of, and just evaluating all those things. And they thought, you know what, I think we should, you know, sort of finish this up. And, you know, sort of, hey, you know, they felt that was right at the time, and that's what they're doing at the moment. Solo careers. Interesting.
Niall.
Yeah.
He's calm, cool, collected. Still, is that still the celebrity you would be for one day?
Definitely.
Wow.
It's like, it's just like, it just sounds so stress-free. I once seen some fans talking online saying, it's easy to be a Niall fan, isn't it? And it is. Just no drama, lovely lad, you know what I mean? Never gets himself in trouble, like, yeah, it's easy, it's a good life.
It's not now, are you excited when you hear the other guys' new music?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm delighted for Louis. I know he'd been trying to capture his sound for a while, and he's definitely nailed it this time. It's the kind of stuff he listens to, the way he dresses, it just suits him and everything, yeah.
Who would you rely on? Who would you talk to when you were feeling that sort of pressure?
I feel like me and Louis always had the most connection through everything because, I mean, there was a point where we did not get on at all.
Everyone's Louis' best friend, I guess.
You were not friends.
There was huge friction. Like we had this one massive row one night where like he was like playing my video from when
maybe it did happen.
I was 14 on the show by myself when Simon said no, like replaying it in the bedroom, and I was like, oh my god.
But that is,
I hate you so bad right now. He was like, and Simon's just going, it's a no. No, I mean at the start of it, me and him just didn't click at all, and I think it's because we both had that leadership.
Yeah, exactly. We want to be top, and in the end, you both failed. Harry's top dog
within us, but then we kind of got to a point where there were certain things he was better at making decisions on, and then there was other things that I was better at making decisions on. So we kind of bonded together, and then, I mean, bless him, I mean, Lou's been through so much in the last few years ever since the band ended, and whenever I have a problem, whenever he has a problem, we always call each other about it and make sure we check in and whatever else. So
are you in touch with the other guys as well? Because Louis, you're obviously still quite close with. I don't know if you've seen him, but are you in touch with the other guys?
Yeah, I mean, I speak to Niall every so often. I haven't spoken to Harry in a long time now.
You're having a crisis, which one deeper would you turn to? Out of all of them,
your best friend Louis.
And we both kind of lean on each other for a lot of different things. I would say Louis is the one that I turn to the most. I think when we were in the band, if there was ever like a problem band-wise, me and him would always try and figure it out together. So we often do that through life now as well, which is good.
Brings us to 2020.
Wait, so Harry's new album, come out. You enjoyed that one?
Yeah, really good. It's very, very good.
It's nice.
It's very Harry. It's very the music that he and I would listen to.
Yeah.
That's why I texted him when it came out. I was like, all your influencers are there. You've just smashed it, nailed it. And it obviously went #1 for a couple of weeks as well. And so flying.
We got up with Niall last week, and he mentioned that he'd been listening to your album and absolutely loving it. Now, have you had a chance to listen to his while you've been staying out? Don't thank me, thank Niall. What is your favourite song? Have you listened to his album, and what is your favourite song of his?
I have listened to his album. The Pianos, Put a Little Love on Me, I think. Probably that one, yeah.
It is really, really good, man.
Harry Styles. Yeah. Guilty
What's that woman wearing?
Not guilty for crimes against fashion.
Judge outfit.
No, he's not guilty. He's a very fashionable young man.
I love him.
And he doesn't.
See, I'm not the only one who thought Harry was, you know, sort of quite a loud dresser. People are like, Red Renegades, fuck you, F you, F you, F you. But now Niall has vindicated me. You can't do anything to me now. If you want to attack me, attack my boy Niall Horan, all right? And I know for a fact you're not going to do that. Thank you, Niall.
Care, which is great. No judgment.
Yes, that was One Direction talking about each other. Jeez. That was a sensitive video. Yeah, it's always easy to talk about other people sort of when they're not there in the room with you and sort of, you know, bit behind their back. So interesting to see what each of the guys had to say. Interesting insight. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later. I gotta get out of here, guys. This bird's gotta fly. You just watched another episode of Red Renegades. Make sure to check out this video. My highest viewed. It's gotta be high viewed for a reason. This one, this one's also pretty funny. Also one down here. Alright, see you guys later. Grace, give me a water, will you? Thank you. Good show, that one.